So I won a tournament back in 2019, I want to say. 2019 in December. It was called FNCS. It's like Fortnite basically has this competitive series that they do. Fortnite competitive series, I think it's what it's called, FNCS. And every single like 3 months they host like a big tournament where millions of people can try to qualify to win hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. They're actually doing one this weekend for like $2 million. I don't play anymore, but and it was like one of the first FNCSs, and I was really good, and I had a team with me, and there was like millions of people who tried to qualify, and only I think it was like 20 teams of 4. So the format was like 4 people in one group, and there's 20 teams or something like that, or 25 teams, like 100 players total. And we ended up qualifying for it, so like top 100 out of like millions. And then when it's the top 100, it's obviously the best of the best, and then we won that tournament. And that was like $200,000 split for 4 people.
And that was your first real grasp at like attention online, because you were streaming beforehand, but after this event and winning the event, obviously people are going to be wondering like, who are these people that won the event? And then maybe your viewership started to go up a little bit.
Oh yeah, like that was my boost and everything. That was like before COVID too. So like it kind of like, it was like a butterfly effect. Like once I won that, the internet like found out who I was. I started averaging like 100 viewers.
How much do you make when you average 100 viewers on Twitch?
So it's funny. I was making like, it depends. It's all based on hours. So like if you stream like 100 hours with 100 viewers, you could probably make around like $3,000 to $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month, which is amazing.
So 100 hours in a month.
Yeah.
So that's like what's that wage then? That's like what, 30 bucks an hour, 40 bucks an hour. So you should just do that like 8 hours every single day, like a normal job, and you could be making 70, 80K
But
a
it's
year.
crazy because it was so funny. I got offered by Facebook when I was averaging 100 viewers. It was like right when I started becoming a thing. They offered me like $17K a month at like 17 or 18, however old I was. And it was like, I don't know how much that is a year. Someone do the math.
Looks like 200 and something grand.
Book smart. Yeah. Like 200 something thousand dollars a year at like 17. And this is before I knew I was going to make money. But I remember I was talking to my mom, I declined it. And I wasn't even making $17K a month at that time. I was just like, there's just better opportunities. But yeah, it was crazy because I would have never been here.
So they wanted you to go exclusive on Facebook.
And they wanted to take me to Facebook for $17K a month. And I was like, no, I wasn't even making like 1/4 of that. But I was just like, I don't know. I had a feeling that I could do something better.
So when did you first start making real money then?
What's real money?
Like to the point of, probably like 100K. Like, I mean, well,
100K a month or 100K a year?
100K a year. But I'm also going to sound completely like detached.
Real money,
from
100K
reality,
a month.
because that's 100K a year still like insane. But I'm just saying,
cut that up.
in terms of streaming,
Jack,
you know what I mean?
changed.
I'm just saying, you see
Low-key.
clips of people saying, "Oh yeah, I'm making like 200K a month or 100K a month." When did you start making like a couple $100,000 a year? When did it really take off?
I would honestly say right after I won that tournament, when I started to get exposure, I started to stream way more. And streaming is like quick. So it's like people come in and they leave. They might never come ever again. So it's like, but COVID happened as soon as that happened, as soon as I won. And that's where like everyone was on the internet. That's where everyone was on Twitch. I honestly started seeing hundreds of thousands almost instantly after I won that. It was like very quick because it was like, I had months where I was making 30,000 right after that. Then it was like 40,000. Then it'd be like 30,000, and then it'd be like 60,000. And then you get to quarter 3, quarter 4 of the year, and it's like 70,000 a month, 80,000 a month. And I remember Christmas, it was like 110. And then this is before sponsors. Like it was quickly where I was making like $1 million in a year. Like it was like off the bat almost. And that's where I was like, I feel like it was like a blessing in disguise. Well, it was not taking that Facebook deal because it was like almost instantly after.
But I imagine going from someone that wasn't earning that much when you were in your teens and whatnot.
But
like
I had a really good grasp of money, and I think that has to do with my family, like my mom, because I've seen my mom like work multiple jobs for me and try to put up like food on the table, etc. So like I never was the type to like spend. Like when I got my first check, the $50,000 that I won from the 200, I offered it to her. I actually wrote her a letter and tried giving it to her. She declined it. And then I upgraded my computer so I could play better and stream better. But I did buy Off-White Jordan 1s. That was my first.
How much did those cost?
Those were like $3,000 at the time. But I still have them. Those were like my trophy. That was the only stupid thing I bought when I first made money. But everything else I kept. Like I remember seeing in my bank, I'd look at my bank and I'd be like, yo, this has $40-something thousand. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like 17. I'm like, oh man.
And what about taxes? You thinking about taxes, filing, how you're
At
gonna...
first I wasn't, because I was like $40,000. I was like, I'm gonna try to skip taxes low key. I did pay my tax. I pay my taxes, everything. I pay more than what I owe just because I love the government. So I made the $50,000, and when I made the $50,000, I would look at it, but I would never spend it. Like, I'd always just let it sit. Like, I've always liked seeing money in my bank, which is stupid, by the way. You shouldn't have money in your bank.
Yeah.
But I would always like seeing it. And then when like I started seeing like $50,000 come in, like $100,000 come in, et cetera, I literally never spent money. The only thing I bought as soon as I made, I think it was $300,000, which took me like 4 months, 5 months. I bought the house that my mom was living in. I paid it off, and now I just let her have it. So basically, but that house right now is from $300,000. Now it's worth like $500,000. So
yeah,
when I'm ready to kick her out.
Now, when I was doing research for this, I've seen a lot of these videos, like the rise and fall.
Yeah.
And then the rise back up again. What's it like having those videos made?
Oh, I mean,
do you watch them?
If you know my story, like this could be like a 30-minute just talk of just my story. A lot of people I feel like respect me a little bit more than like a lot of people, only because I was like really high up. Like I peaked like crazy during COVID. Like everyone knew me on Fortnite. Everyone knew me on Twitch in a sense. Like they just knew who I was. And I was seeing numbers that I'd never seen before. Like people were talking about me like, yo, this guy's the new XQC, the new biggest streamer, whatever it is, because I was averaging like 30,000 viewers out of nowhere. Then it'd be like 60,000, then it'd be like 70,000, which is insane on Twitch. That's like top 0.0001. That's like top 5 on Twitch basically at the time. And then it just slowly started to decline over time when COVID went away, when Fortnite became less big. And I also lost like hope in playing the game. Like I got bored, I got depressed, etc. I had a lot of shit happen to me in life. And that's kind of where it like flatlined. And there's a website, if you go, it's called Twitch Tracker. You can literally see it if you want. And if you type my name in, you could see the line go up and then down like crazy. And then it went back up again because I was like, I gotta get up. You know what I'm saying?
But then how were you okay making, like I'm guessing when you're averaging 60,000 viewers, like you could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month.
Oh, you do, yeah.
And then you see that decline, and then you see your revenue numbers
I went
down.
from making around, I could probably, if I had a laptop, I could literally pull it up and show you. I went from making, I would say, an average of like 60 to like 120,000 a month just on Twitch for like a good year and a half. And then right as it started to decline, it went from like 60 to 40 grand a month, then 20 grand a month, then 10 grand a month. And then like I had a month where I made 2 grand a month. Like I just,
how are you okay seeing those numbers?
So I wasn't. I was spending around, I lived in LA at the time alone. And obviously my numbers go down, friends stop hitting you up, certain people, like friends I thought I had, like, aren't my real friends, family, like different type of thing, past relationships, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot that happened, but I lived alone and I had my rent. My rent was like $5,000 a month at the time. Fuck Talaria, by the way, in Burbank. That place is $5,000 a month, and I lived in a little square. It was the worst shit ever. I loved living there low key, but it was not worth it. But I was paying like $5,000 a month, and then my expenses, like when I would go shopping, I'd get depressed shopping. People do that, or like buy food or whatever. I was spending more than I was making a month, so I was noticing a decline in my bank like really quick. And at the time, I don't want to sound like out of touch, but like at the time, I had like 160 grand, 200 grand in my bank, but I was losing like 10 to 20 grand a month.
So you see it just running.
So I was
like...
running out, which is, by the way, I know that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. It's my fault I lost the money. Whatever, right? However, this gets cut up and they're like, oh, be grateful. But no, I would see money start to go down, and I'm like, I have text with my mom where I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I literally just stopped spending money at all, and I lived off like 160 grand. I barely moved anything for like 4 months, and then I was like, I got to stream again. I got to do this again. And I found love in streaming though. It was really fun. I truly, like, it sounds corny, cliche, but like genuinely, like I never did it for money. Like I genuinely liked streaming. That was the craziest part, because I always wanted to be an online entertainer. So when I had the opportunity for it, I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is everything I ever wanted. That's why I really don't look about how much money I make now. I know how much money I make now, but like I don't it doesn't phase me no more. Like you'll have people will go crazy if like you make $100,000 a month and the next month you make 90. Oh, I failed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how did I not reach the same level? I don't care about.
How do you make sure you're not overspending?
I don't buy. I don't buy a lot of stuff.
So your default is don't spend it.
Oh, I don't buy a lot.
How much do you think you personally spend per month?
Oh, I know how much I spend. I have my Amex.
How much do you spend?
Last month I spent $10,000 on my Amex, which is a lot. Yes, it's a lot.
That's actually not that bad. Are we talking about for like business expenses too?
So yeah, not with business expenses, but like I don't really count this because it's like tax write-off.
Sure,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
But like, so my employees, I have someone who gets paid around like $5,000. I have my YouTube editor who takes, I think it's like 30% of my YouTube because he does the thumbnails, he does the editing, he does the posting, he finds the whatever it is. I have my TikTok person who takes around like, I think it's like 40% of my TikTok because I just let him have it because it makes good money, and then I pay him on top of that. But business expenses, not including the percent, I only spend like $10,000 a month on like employees too. So it's like if I have $10,000 a month on employees, $10,000 a month, that's $20,000.
That's light compared to how much you're making.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would say so. And it's also like tax related. You know what I'm saying? It's like it is. It's
going to help you make more money.
I mean, we spend
day.
more than that on business expenses for the Iced Coffee Hour per month.
Oh yeah,
way more. Oh my gosh, each episode when we like break down the cost to produce, it's way higher. And had you told me this like 5 years ago, I'd be like, dude, let's not do it.
The thing is, there's certain days or there's certain months where like investing into content too. Like I use that on my Amex, but like most of that money, the $10,000 a month, is from my content. Like I really don't buy clothes at all. Like I don't. Or I don't buy jewelry. I don't buy none of that stuff. But the $10,000, like for instance, like a good example is I just did this Elden Ring thing. I don't know if you guys know what Elden Ring is. I played it last month and I spent around like 30 to 40,000. No, I think it was 30,000 on building the set where I did only a white room where I couldn't leave the room. It was just white where I couldn't leave the room until I beat Elden Ring. And I put $30,000 into that, which is people will be like, oh, you're investing $30,000 into content. That's kind of crazy. But the return was like $80,000 to $90,000. So I tripled for what I put in. So it's like it pays off for like what you do.